Hi, I've had this Face Borealis backpack for about 7 years. It's been really good. I've used it for international travel, for daily carry, for camping. It's my main go-to for everything, and I haven't had another backpack apart from this one since I got it. Overall, I really like this backpack, so I'd just like to share my experience with this backpack and to see how it has held up over the years with my use, and specifically what I liked about it and what I think could be better. Firstly, I'd like to share some of the features of this backpack. So looking from the outside, you see it's got these two side pockets. I really like them. So this one and this one here, they're quite roomy. I abuse them. I literally overstuff them. And these suckers can carry a lot. You will see me with 2-liter bottles of water in them, or with a Decathlon camping mat, or with flip-flops, really stretching out the netting. And it's still pretty good. I don't think there's any damage to it, and I've really used them a lot over the past 7 years. It's been perfect so far. On a daily basis, I might have an umbrella or a sunglasses case or a bottle of water in one of them. It's really good. It's really easy. It's good to have things that are so easily accessible. I've seen other backpacks that don't have these side pockets, and for me that would be a deal breaker, because I really do love these pockets and use them a lot. I've also seen backpacks where pockets aren't from such netting material and they don't stretch much. Again, I prefer this option, where you can definitely have a 2-liter bottle in it, but you're also able to have your wallet there relatively securely. Like it's not super tight here. When you're carrying it like that upright, things are not going to fall out from there. At least I haven't experienced anything falling out. Another thing you can see on the outside is this drawstring net. This feature is okay. I don't really use it that much. Sometimes, I might have a swimsuit that's wet, then I want to have on the outside of my backpack and potentially dry it out if I'm carrying it. Sometimes I put a very thin rain jacket in here, but I generally don't use this. I don't think it's very secure. To be honest, I don't know what it's meant to be used for. And then before getting into the internals, we can have a look at the straps here. So this one has a little whistle. It's a bit of a gimmick. I never had the purpose. I never found a reason to use this. But yeah, this strap is neat. I use it sometimes. Not that much, to be honest. Because I don't typically go on very long hikes where this would be super useful. I also really like these little loops. Sometimes I put my sunglasses in here. I also really like the main handle of this backpack. It's quite soft. It's quite sturdy. It feels very good. It feels like it can handle abuse, and let me tell you, it does. It really does, because I really do overfill my backpack, and it gets very heavy. And I often grab this very abruptly, with quite a bit of force and speed. So yeah, it's taken a lot of abuse, and it's pretty much as it was when I got it. It's really good. It's in great condition. All the sort of the connections, like the shoulder straps, are connected very solidly, and I do not baby this backpack at all. So yeah, you can see some wear and tear already. Like here there's some fraying, no big deal, like just fraying, it's nothing, it's just aesthetic in my eyes. There is a little bit of a hole here, and I've only really made this hole here about like a year ago, so after 6 years of use, and I think I was too heavy-handed with the way I pick this up and carry this on one shoulder. You know, I often overfill it like a lot, and I pull this up, and you know, with a lot of force, and sometimes I throw it down, you know, and it there's always like a little bit of stress on the material, which resulted in this hole, which is really not a big deal in my eyes. I mean, it doesn't look good, but it hasn't really spread beyond, you know, this point, or beyond this existing sort of hole that was part of the design. Moving on to the interior, we have a big space, which you can really only open from the top. You know, it doesn't like fold all the way open, and it has this sleeve. This sleeve here is one of the main reasons why I bought this backpack, because it fits my laptop in perfectly. And I have a 15-inch MacBook, and yeah, it's really good. It's very soft, it feels good, it feels secure. There's a false bottom, there's like a false bottom here. Yeah, it's a very good place to have your laptop, 15-inch laptop. It just slides in very nicely, and you're sure you're not going to scratch it because of the material here. It's very soft, it's very nice to the touch. Second section it's a bit smaller. It's the same depth approximately. It has this organizational area with some pockets, and you know, zippered areas, some mesh. To be honest, I don't really use this that much. Sometimes I put a toothbrush here when I'm traveling. I might put some, I don't know, some cards, some like bank cards here. Usually when I travel, I have my laptop here in the sleeve, my clothes in the main section, a few smaller garments in here like socks and underwear, and often I have my laptop charger here as well. It's smaller, and it's a bit top heavy from my experience. Like, it feels a bit thinner deeper in, and a bit wide, like bigger up here. So it, you know, oftentimes the silhouette of the backpack is that it's kind of bulging at the top and it's a bit thinner at the bottom. It might just be how I pack it, but most of the time, if I fully pack my backpack full, it will have that shape. But yeah, it might not be. It might be because I don't pack it in the most efficient manner, and maybe in the most efficient order. The last zippered pocket is the smallest one in the front. I really like this one. It's surprisingly spacious for how small it is. I can fit in like a lot. Like, you can see my whole hand is in there. It's also got that same sort of soft material as the laptop pocket, so that's really good. Traditionally, I keep like coins maybe, or cash, or SIM cards like this, or pens, or like my passport sometimes in here. It's very convenient. It's very easily zippable. It's a very good size. Oh yeah, I also have often have like pills. Yeah, but talking about zippers, the zippers of this backpack are incredible. They're so smooth. They're buttery basically, and they have these little strings at the end, and those are great. Like super well made, very like nice to hold, very nice, feel in your hand, and the zippers themselves are quite big, and like I said, super smooth and very sturdy. Like I often like hold my backpack on the zipper, like this. Sometimes, not that often, but I do it. It works so good. It's been completely fine with all the stuff I've done to it. It's yeah, it just works so good. And I've seen newer versions of like the Borealis backpack, and sometimes the newer versions have slightly different zippers, and that's something that puts me off, because these zippers are like top of the line in my opinion. But yeah, like as you can see, I've over the years I've managed to do some damage to it, but really not that much. And there's only one somewhat serious problem with it, which is the hole here. But it's fine. Like I still use this every day. I took the bag to the to like a repair shop. The guy said he could probably fix it. It would probably cost about as much as buying a new backpack. And by the way, I bought this for about £80 in 2016. I don't remember exactly. It might have been 85. And at the time, I thought that's a lot of money for a backpack at the time. But it's really been totally worth it. I've used it probably the most of anything that I got since that time, apart from a few, apart from my laptop probably. I actually have the original tags, which might be interesting to look at. I've never removed them from my backpack, because like I said, I don't use those sections. So there's something about the fabric, something about what fits. I've used this backpack for week-long trips, for weekend trips, of course. I've taken it to the desert in the Middle East, where the flex vent system, was really comfortable there. And I've used it in hikes in minus 20 degrees Celsius temperatures in Eastern Europe. I've put it through a lot. One thing I don't like is that it doesn't really stand. So if you fill the backpack completely, which I very often do when I travel, it falls like that. It falls forward. It's a bit annoying, but of course you can live with it. Another thing that has suffered is this interior lining. I don't know what it is meant for, and this actually started quite early on, this sort of deterioration, but it hasn't bothered me at all. 7 years on, still my daily go-to I love it. Use it all the time. It fits perfectly underneath airplane seats, although I try to sneak it up in the above head storage spot most of the time if I can. It's not like huge for a very long trip. Like I said, I would probably need something more than that if I'm going somewhere for more than 7 days, unless I'm going somewhere that's really warm and I don't need many layers. But yeah, it's such a good backpack that I would like to get another one of these. But at the moment it's still fine for me to keep using this, and the newer modern designs are slightly different to this version. The newer Borealis Classic and the Borealis. I think like the Borealis Classic is pretty much the same, but they made this handle, which is really good, thinner. And it's a bit, I feel like it would be less pleasant to use, because this is very soft and very, solid. But yeah, feels like I'm going to use this for many years to come.